no matter what I do, or probably what anybody do that guys got falsely accused, they're gonna look at you as the person that in that story that they read. They're not gonna look past that because there's never another story to go out there and say, "Oh, found out that this didn't really happen," and they ain't never gonna press it as hard as like you're saying, like the people that get accused, that are accusing us, because man,
there's so many people that get to walk away from things that they actually did too. So like after that happened, man, like my whole middle school, it was a different look whenever I walked around. And,
exactly.
I couldn't even blame them because it's like if it was me in their shoes, I would want to believe, like I would believe the victim too. And if nobody telling me nothing, and I just find out that I didn't get in no trouble, then at that point I'm thinking that somebody got away with it. And now I'm more upset with you because now you done did this and then you get to get away with it.
Exactly.
But when you're the one going through it and you ain't do it, it's just like a lonely battle.
Exactly.
Because it's even harder trying to defend yourself.
And then you actually get a more well-rounded perspective about different situations that other people go through. Because now on top of that too, like, think about it like this. There's a boy and a girl out there drinking, right? And then they both decide to go home with each other and they both hook up with each other. Who raped who? If one person regrets hooking up with a person because they were drunk, how you blame the other person if they were both intoxicated? Because technically, you took advantage of him too because he was drunk.
Mm.
But it never looked at like that though.
Nah, see, that's why it's that tough line to toe, and because of that instance, that was the first time my mama told me, like, and she taught me you can't put yourself in this situation. Like even though it's unfair you in that situation, even though you shouldn't have to go through it, you just gotta do things in a manner that you don't end up in that place in the first place. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
You don't end up in that position to start with. And from then on, I try to take that advice and do it every day. Like if I go out and I get drunk and some girl I meet out and I see she drunk too, like, hey, you cool, like I'll get your information, but like,
yep.
I'm not trying to do that because now, even if I know I didn't do anything, like if you feel like you traumatized from it, then that's even worse. Like if I feel like I didn't do it and you feel like I did,
exactly.
I'm not trying to leave you with that effect still,
Exactly. And like one thing about me, like I never drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a smoker. And the only way I drink is if I smoke. So like I'm always aware of my surroundings. But like my dating life after the fact of all of this stuff is like it's non-existent. Because one, they get mad at me because I won't invite nobody over to my house. I'm not about to have you over there.
Mm-hmm.
One, I don't want you to know where I live. Two, I got a wall up now because I don't like to let people in because I don't know you to the complete standpoint where I'm comfortable having you where I live. And I don't want to go to their house as well too because it's the same instant I get a flashback. So now I have people ask, like I tell them, hey, you want to hang out, we're going to meet in public or during the daytime. Because at nighttime and everything else, I don't want you to think.
You don't even want that perception to
exactly.
be there.
I don't even want no perception like that to be there because knowing what it did to me and how it shaped me, it did shape me in a good way. It matured me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I got my priorities in order. It got everything more organized with me. You understand? Like, bro, no matter what other people think of you, what you think about yourself is more important. If you know you didn't do something, keep your head high and keep walking forward. And like that's a struggle I face every day. Like I actually faced a lot of depression after that. Because I went from this guy that everybody trying to smile in my face and all of them like that know me to literally I said I had 3 reactions when I got out of jail. The first one was people walk around, they see me like in shock.
That you out and free?
Yeah. And they're like, oh shit, that was just like the spectators. Then there was people that was talking. And then when I got out there, they'd been quiet. Then they started looking. Those are people I felt like they were talking. Then the third one was people that asked me, "Are you okay?" The only people that were actually knew me like from high school and everything else, from growing up, and not even just that, hung out with me over time, that actually had a conversation with me. Because most people had a perspective of me where actually knowing me and not knowing that the outer reflection of me is not who I am. Because they thought I was. I believe everybody thought I was a fuckboy. I'm not gonna lie, I gave off fuckboy vibes. I had blonde hair.
True.
I had a fanny pack before fanny packs were really fanny packs, and like, bro,
Yeah, frat boy look, man.
what? Who you telling? Like, bro, I was in the frat without being in the frat. Like my team 484, bro. Like we ran this city from like 2016 to 2018. I felt like we was on top of the party scene. We started doing YouTube, everything else too. From that whole perspective, like seeing people that were giving me praise, just turn around being the same people that were wishing me demise and this, that, and the third. Let me know that, like, no matter who you are and what you do, you got to be cautious about the people around you. It even says that in the Bible with Judas and everything else too. Lion King, the own brother killed Mufasa. So you got to think about it, like, people only want you for as long as they can use you. And then that's why I'm like so cautious about who I pick to be around, like circles, the vibes and everything, because I'm a people's person. My grandma used to tell me I gotta get back out there, like, and just be me again. But that traumatic experience and the depression that came with that shit, bro. Imagine you walking around everywhere, you know what the conversation's about.
And like, you can't even blame them too.
Exactly, because I would have been the same way. But now going through it, when I hear about everybody else going through this situation, this and the third, I'd be like, I'm less quick to judge, because they just said there's their side of the story, there's the other person's side of the story, then there's the truth. And how we experience life is like everybody got their own experience and their own viewpoint. It's like even me, you right now, we're in the same space, but how you're viewing it is not the same way I'm viewing it, and how you're experiencing it. So, and I really like, and funny thing about it, I ran into the person that accused me like 3 to 4 times in the last 3 months. And like, I go to therapy now, to counseling, because I deal with depression. Yeah, it got real bad. Like I had suicidal thoughts, everything. Every time I see her, like,
It's a trigger.
Ain't even a trigger, but I get more confident to actually go up and, I want to apologize to her either way, because one, I don't know how she experienced the situation, even though she ended up telling them the exact same story I told them in the beginning, at the end. But I still did damage to her, because mentally I probably led her on to believe something was something it was not. I wanted to tell her I forgive her. I wanted to be like, that whole experience was probably traumatic for both of us, because we never had a full conversation of what we were trying to do. We never had a full conversation on like our plans and everything, what we're trying to accomplish. To me, honestly, I thought of her as a person that was just hooking up. But she probably thought of us as more than just that. And then I had a tendency of ghosting people. I will hook up with you, and I will not hit you back up for 3 to 4, 5, 6 months. And when I see you again, I was like, "Oh, what's up? Let's hook up."
Like nothing happened, yeah.
Because like, I'm not gonna lie, I had hoes. I had females on my team that I can hit up anytime if I wanted to, fuck around or some shit.